okay. Like,
Nigga had a
good time,
pool.
you know what I'm saying? Like, we overdoing the whole baby all thing.
Yeah, but like, what do you think that's about? Personally, like he just want to see everybody shiny. Like, what do you think? Why do you think that? What your personal opinion?
Honestly, I can't answer. Like,
Right.
I like the girl to be wet when I'm having sex, but that shit right there is just a little overkill.
Right.
I don't know.
Got you. I got you 100%. So, how many times did you actually meet up with Puff and Jane Doe?
Jane Doe.
Yeah.
Twice.
Okay. I was seeing a lot in her testimony that she was saying, and not necessarily with you, she was just saying throughout these acts that she felt obligated to do this. She felt like she was just doing this because Puff was paying her rent. She never felt comfortable. It was times that Puff would have engagements with her and somebody else and then go off with the current girlfriend that he had at the time. When y'all was together talking about you and Jane Doe, did it seem like she didn't want to be there at any particular time, or did it seem like she was enjoying herself?
It seemed like she was enjoying herself to me. Like, we was joked out, laughing, chilling at the same time, you know, and it didn't seem like she was uncomfortable or felt forced at all to me.
I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. And well, we have one of the freak off escorts on our screen right now. And if you're wondering why he's on our screen, it's because he did a candid interview with Cameron a few days ago. Now, it's a lot that's been happening in the Diddy trial, so I'll find a clip every other week, every week. I'm just ready for the verdict. That's where I'm at this point. Because from everything I've heard, right, you know, you could get into the litigation of it all and whether it's sex trafficking, the forced coercion, all that shit, right? You can get into all that if you want to. But for me, at least, look, there is evidence of Diddy being an abusive nigga. He was beating on some women, sure. But if anything, that's a domestic charge. That's not what he's on what they're, you know, trying him for right now. That's not what they want him for. They want him for sex trafficking, forced work, the toxic workplace stuff, you know, arson. That's what they want. They're trying to prove that Diddy was using his money to force people to have freak offs, blow up people's cars, control women, this, that, and the third, right? And while I could believe that he was using his money to make people do things, but at the end of the day, these people were doing those things willingly. They knew what they had signed up for. They knew who they were dealing with at that point. And until Diddy started getting really held under the fire for that stuff by Cassie, these folks weren't saying anything. Clearly, Diddy had them laid up, fine, whatever. Because until Cassie blew the whistle, nobody was saying nothing. Diddy was out here dressing like the Joker and Batman for Halloween, beefing with Warner Brothers before all of this. That's what was happening. Nobody was saying anything. But, you know, all of a sudden, RICO's come down, the feds come down. Now, all of a sudden, you know, niggas want to make sure they're straight and they're not going to jail. So they're talking. Most have immunity, so that should tell you something. But when it comes down to it, the things that are getting put out there and the things that are being said on the stand, and as we're just following this trial through sources that are in there watching it happen and then coming outside and telling us what's going on, all I can say is yeah, Diddy was a freaky ass nigga. He probably gay. But I don't see any evidence of him messing with kids. I don't see any evidence of him like forcing sex workers to do what he wanted them to do without their approval. Most of them were paid, so they were just doing their jobs. If anything, they were just making it seem like it was an uncomfortable situation because Diddy was in the corner somewhere jacking off what was going on. That's the only uncomfortable part about what they were doing. But either way, they were like, they said they were making good money, so they would keep coming back. Cassie would call them, whoever would call them, they'd keep coming back. That's the thing, too. Cassie, Daphne Joy, or Jane Doe, they were setting up freak-offs. So at a certain point, they knew what they had signed up for, number one, but they were out here going, hey, let's do that again. Now, of course, it was to please, but that's the thing. You cannot put him in jail for a really long time because people around him were doing things to keep him happy. They knew he was the golden goose. He was Diddy. He had all the money in the world, all the success in the world, all the fame in the world. He was where he was at that point. Yeah, you want to stay in his good graces because he's taking care of you. So yeah, let me set off the freak off, daddy. Whatever he had them calling pop, whatever he had them saying. And so when you have that going on, it's like, okay, if you didn't want to do that, why would you be willing to set one up? Like, you should always be trying to not do it. Honestly, that's what it should have been. It should have been, okay, he had me do this freak off one time, and then when he asked me to do it again, I was hesitant, but I did it. And then after that, I didn't want to do it again, and then he kept asking me, and then he kept doing this and kept pressuring me to. That's where but that's not happening. All these women were really in love with Diddy. That's the craziest part about it. I think 50 Cent's baby mama was in love with Diddy. I think Cassie was in love with Diddy. She was just mad he was putting her through that stuff. Because in Diddy's mind, the woman he was in love with was Kim Porter. Like, that's all this. This is messy at this point. That's what it feels like. So now a man is being crucified and hanged because, he couldn't give the women what they wanted because he was a freak boy. He was a freak boy. He liked cum on his nipples. This is just what's happening. So I'm like, with knowing, honestly, the more I find out, the more I'm like, why is he on the stand? Did he really blow up Kid Cudi's car? Do they have any real evidence of that? Not really. Like, okay, why? Oh, they got this. I guess. So now we're just basing it off of testimony. That's really what we're basing it off of. Because the evidence there is text messages, it's exchanges between them, but it's not really, it ain't enough. It's just not enough. Like that Kendrick Lamar song, TV Off. It's not enough. But either way, I'm giving my 2 cents in the beginning. That's crazy. Let's listen to what Buddy got to say.
So I start dancing, and she picks up the baby oil, and he's like instructing her what to do, and telling her to say certain stuff, and she kind of just following his lead. And as I'm dancing, I take my shirt off, and she like starts to pour baby oil on me, and he's telling her like, put the baby oil down, just sit back, right. Kind of instructing her as I'm dancing.
Right.
And he pulls his phone out as I'm dancing for her, and I'm like, don't record me.
He really trying to make a movie for real. So when you told him, so let me ask you this, when you told him, I want to get back to a couple things you said, but I want to stay here. When you told him don't record me, what's his reaction to that?
He was like, all right, cool. He just like put the phone down.
Right. But I see it somewhere where you said it was still a laptop up, possibly.
Yeah, there was a laptop on the table next to him.
Do you think he was recording on that secretly, or you told him to shut that down as well?
I went and closed the laptop. Like when he put the phone down, I went up and I pulled the laptop down like that.
Got you. I also seen where you made it clear to him, because just for our audience, you're not gay. And you made it clear to him that you didn't want to be touched by him at all, to where you're also an MMA fighter, for what I'm understanding, and you showed him 2 of your fights to let him know, don't play with me. Is that correct?
Yeah. It wasn't not me showing him that exactly for that reason, but he was curious about what I did, so I showed him the videos. And then she asked me, she was like, are you cool with doing the threesome? And I was like, no, I'm not cool with that. Right. And then never tried it.
Right. Was it any point during this, and we're staying on the first initial meeting, was there any point during this encounter with you and Jane Doe, did you think that Puff would try to join?
No, and I always had her position to where I could see him.
Right. Was he jerking off, pause, while you was slamming his shorty?
He had his shirt off and he was sitting with his pants on. He had his hands in his pants playing with his shit.
Wow. It's crazy. And now, that's what I asked Sheree too, you know what I'm saying? Baby oil, he said, was mandatory. Was baby oil mandatory when y'all was...
Yeah, I had to tell her, I was like, it's too much baby oil. Like, that's enough. You know what I'm saying, with the baby oil.
And also, the more I hear about the freak offs, it just sounds like Diddy's a cuck. And my thing is, look, if we haven't gotten Adam 22 out of here for letting his wife pipe Jason Love not once but twice, not once but twice, we letting him cuck and he's still cooling, doing. Nobody's really on his ass. We were the first time, but the second time it's like, okay, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, Adam, you broke. That's what I'm ready to say. There's no way. There is no fucking way. There's no way. I don't care how much money I ain't got. Look, I'm broke now. If I got a wife, you think I'm pimping her out just to make ends meet? No, I would have been did that. But I ain't no cuck. Look, I even found it weird when Finesse 2 Times said, like, he was doing like a live or video or something, and he was like, yeah, I used to sit in the living room while my girl was getting piped out because I was pimping her out. And I was like, bro, I couldn't even do that. I done been down bad, but I ain't been that down bad. Like, god damn, I had to leave or something. I can't just stay, leave and come back at least. Like, all right, y'all done? You finished? Like something. But regardless of it, one, being a cuck only gets you killed in the public opinion. It does not give you jail time. Because if that's the case, Adam need to be sitting for at least a good 10 years.
You got a point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we overdoing the whole baby all thing.
Yeah, but like, what do you think that's about? Personally, like he just want to see everybody shiny. Like, what do you think? Why do you think that? What your personal opinion?
Honestly, I can't answer. Like,
right.
I like the girl to be wet when I'm having sex, but that shit right there is just a little overkill.
Right, I got you. I got you 100%. So, how many times did you actually meet up with Puff and Jane Doe?
Jane Doe,
yeah,
twice.
Okay. I was seeing a lot in her testimony that she was saying, and not necessarily with you, she was just saying throughout these acts that she felt obligated to do this. She felt like she was just doing this because Puff was paying her rent. She never felt comfortable. It was times that Puff would have engagements with her and somebody else and then go off with the current girlfriend that he had at the time. When y'all was together talking about you and Jane Doe, did it seem like she didn't want to be there at any particular time, or did it seem like she was enjoying herself?
It seemed like she was enjoying herself to me. Like, we was joked out, laughing, chilling at the same time, you know, and it didn't seem like she was uncomfortable or felt forced at all to me.
Right. Did she orgasm?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it seemed like she wanted to be there. She did what? Not to get too deep.
And that's the problem the feds are having with this case. None of them can say they were coerced because the sex workers are like, well, if she says she was raped, then I raped her. Like, dead ass. That's what they're saying. That's what they're like. So it's like, you know, I'm not going to say that she felt forced because she wasn't acting forced. She was acting like she was having a great time. And then Daphne Joy, 50 Cent baby mama, Jane Doe. Look, I was thinking about it. I was like, hey, I ain't say it. Fuck it. That's 50 Cent baby mama, Daphne Joy. If I get subpoenaed, I got content. I got content. I'm in the Diddy case. It's Daphne Joy. I got content. So either way, I'm with it. Fuck it. It's her. That's the one they talking about right now. I don't think he had sex with Cassie. I think it was Daphne Joy. But either way. Either fucking way. So they can't prove that Diddy was forcing people to have sex. Because he wasn't. They was having fun. It was all consensual.
Is she a squirter?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So you felt it. Did you think the orgasm was fake? Or she just was doing that to entertain Puff?
You never know.
Right.
You never know.
There was a lot of things that she said. Did you know about who she was? I know you said you knew who Puff was. Did you know who she was?
I didn't.
Right. Did you know that, well, you didn't know who she was. Learning moving forward, did you realize that This is kind of what she does because she's been with other people. Like I said, I want to make sure I don't use the wrong words here, but who possibly put it like this. I'll word it like this. She said in one of her testimony that Puff used to threaten her with videos and said he would send it to her baby's father. Did you realize who this was when the trial actually started?
I realized the weekend after I had the first encounter, because when I got the NDA and the agency let me know that it was a celebrity client, I have a friend that's with the agency as well.
Right.
And I told him, and he told me, he was like, it's Diddy. And I'm like, what? Like, why would you say that?
Right.
Because he's with the agency and he was booked with them a couple times. So when I first opened the door and seen him, I was like, damn, he's right.
Right.
So after the encounter, I managed shows like the same show Sheree manages. Right. I managed their show in New Orleans, in Las Vegas, in LA.
Right.
And he's in the show. And after the booking, I was at the show and I was like, I told him about the booking and he showed me the picture. He was like, was this her? And I was like, yeah, that was her. Right. And then he told me who it was.
Wow. And
then I was like, damn, that's when I realized.
Right. 100 fucking crazy. How far did these fantasies go? Like, I understand if, like you said, the encounter, but was it oral, anal? Like, was he directing y'all that far to shit that he wanted to see, or was it just regular sex with baby oil?
It was, she did give me oral, but it was pretty much regular sex with baby oil. Wasn't no like crazy shit.
But was he directing her throughout the whole encounter, Puff, I'm talking about?
Yeah, he would tell her like switch positions, when she's doing oral, tell her stop and pour the baby oil or pour it on herself, or like say certain shit, and she would follow along.
Wow. Did it seem at any time he would get jealous of what you guys were doing?
No, I didn't feel that. Yeah. But there was one time when she kind of caught an attitude with him when she was giving me oil. I was like, damn, she nice with it. And he said, yeah, she's one of the ones on my A team. Oh. And she was like, I am the team.
Oh, got you. So got you. Yeah, she, see the thing.
What? What? Clip's over. Clip's done, so ain't much more. But what? You mean to tell me Daphne Joy, 50 Cent's baby mama, a.k.a. Jane Doe? Like I said, I'm gonna get that content. I want to judge him. Michael, you must come to New York right now. I'll take off so fast. I'll be like, oh, I'm there. But Daphne Joy was giving this man fellatio, and he was like, God damn, you the best. You best in the world. You know, y'all done had that good head before. That greatest head of all time before. You're like, damn, this bitch is going crazy. She's having the best time. And Diddy's right behind me. Like, what is going on? And so you say something smart and snarky, in the moment. And here come Diddy talking about, yeah, she's one of the best on the team. And then you just hear a pop. No Diddy. No Diddy. Oh, the internet's gonna kill me for that one. But you just hear that, and then she's, excuse me? What you mean I'm the best on it? Nigga, I am the team. Shrek? You're the team? Look, man. All I'm saying is, jokes aside, all jokes. Look, I gotta give it. Look, come on, man. I gotta make you laugh. All jokes. No Diddy, though. No fucking Diddy. Calm down. All jokes, though. All jokes aside. If that's how that went down, that don't sound like no force. That sound like she wanted to be LeBron James on the Heat. She wanted to be Giannis Antetokounmpo on the Bucks during that championship run. She was Jalen Brunson for the Knicks this year. She's like, nigga, I am the team. What are you talking about? The best on the team. Well, while sucking another nigga's dick? Yo. That's, like I said, like, I none of that sound like a crime to me. That's all I'm saying. Either way, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Please, look, if you're still here, if you're still watching, still listening to this video, please do me a favor. Make sure you like it. Number one, that's free. That is free as hell. And if you are so willing, please make sure you subscribe. I am on the way almost at 10,000 subscribers, so I need a little help. Please help a nigga out. Look out for your boy. If you ever it's so ever in your heart chooses to, look out for me. I understand. I do post a lot during the week and twice on the weekend, or depending on the content. But I do post every day, or at least I try to. But hey, I'm keeping you informed on at least all the clips that are coming in from hip hop and everything that's going on in entertainment clip wise. And I think that's pretty beneficial if you ask me. Look, you gonna know as much as I do, as much as I'm willing to talk about, because we're about to get into the Tyler Perry situation. We're about to get into that. So look, as much as I'll come around to it at some point when I want to react to somebody interesting talking about it, at least. So yeah, just make sure you subscribe and keep you informed, keep you updated on all the clips that's happening in clip culture. Because I am Savvy Mike, and as always, this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. Peace.